We have a really interesting political situation that surfaced in the last 24 to 48 hours. A poll came out from the perennially unreliable Rasmussen Reports, which says that if the 2024 election were held today and Donald Trump were the Republican nominee and Joe Biden were the Democratic nominee, Donald Trump would defeat Biden by 10 points, 51 to 41. Now, what is interesting about this, other than, it's 3 years out and a poll right now is sort of meaningless. There are two things that are very interesting. One is, I don't actually disagree with the general conclusion. And that conclusion is that Donald Trump might easily win in 2024 against Joe Biden. I've actually said before, when I think about 2024, big picture, I don't really see Joe Biden at age 81, days short of his 82nd birthday in November of 2024, defeating Donald Trump after 4 years of Trumpists talking about how terrible Joe Biden is. I see it as a big uphill battle. If Biden says, no thanks, I'm not running for re-election, but Kamala Harris is the nominee, as of right now, Kamala Harris's approval rating is not good. And I don't see Kamala defeating Donald Trump in a general election either. And that's why I've been saying the best scenario is Donald Trump not running in 2024. But that doesn't change that this poll, a Rasmussen poll, 3 years out, is really not worth much at all. But all the normal stuff starts happening when the poll comes out. The Washington Examiner starts writing headlines about the poll, Trump over Biden by 10 points, Harris by 13. Trump then publishes a reference on his website to the poll and a link to this very same Washington Examiner article, and the ecosystem starts to repeat itself and build on itself. So this is a sort of weird situation because I think Trump could absolutely win in 2024. But without knowing what happens in 2022 and what the next, at least 18 months of the Joe Biden presidency look like, it is very hard to say anything substantive about the specifics of Trump versus Biden in 2024. Are Republican voters ignorant enough to elect Donald Trump again? Absolutely. Of course they are. Which is why it would be better for Donald Trump not to run. And whatever that reason is, Trump becoming convinced that he can't win. When I was on the Michael Cohen podcast a few weeks ago, or maybe 6 weeks ago, something like that, Michael Cohen said, I don't think Trump will run because he can't handle another disappointment. He can't handle another hit to his ego. He just can't handle it. And so he doesn't want the chance of losing again, and he's not going to run. But at the same time, Trump is a major narcissist. And it takes a lot for Trump to think he can't win. Trump tends to think he can win. He tends to think of himself as invincible. And that to me signals that he very well may run unless it's abundantly clear that he has no shot. It would be better for Trump not to run because there's no question that the American public, as a result of its composition with so many low information radicalized Republicans, would vote for Trump again, at least plausibly. The message here is that the exact coalition that brought Biden his victory in 2020, which came down to not that many votes in a few states. Remember, massive popular vote victory. Bigger margin than Trump when it came to electoral, not in electoral votes, but the combined margin in the states that made a difference. It was a few 100,000 rather than just the 77,000 votes in 3 states that pushed Trump over 270. But Biden's coalition was very precarious. A slight departure from it could have seen Donald Trump reelected, and that's not a threat that should be understated. So do we care about Rasmussen 3 years out? No, not specifically. The polling is bogus. But the message that Trump could definitely win in 2024 is an accurate message, and that's the one that we should be paying attention to. One of our sponsors is Allform, hands down the easiest way to custom build your own sofa. You choose the premium fabric you want. You choose the sofa size, shape, color, even the color of the legs. You can customize every aspect of your new sofa to make sure it's the perfect fit for your home. I got my first Allform sofa a year ago. I just got a second one, which is really exciting. These really are the sofas I would have bought for my home. Even if Allform was not a sponsor, you really can't beat the quality, the modern minimal design, The sofas are spill, stain, and scratch proof. You can buy one piece and start with that, and then buy more seats and accessories to add on later. Shipping is fast and free. You get 100 days to decide if you want to keep the sofa. It comes with a forever warranty, and you'll get 20% off when you go to allform.com/Pacman. The link is right underneath this video.